Hello, my babies. It is your girl MamMaJ, aka MamMaJ, and you are listening to MamMaJism. Now, we are on week 5 of our mindfulness and self-esteem challenge. We are almost done. We've been doing this for a while, and hopefully you have learned a lot about yourself and about other people. Speaking of, before we actually get into week 5, we are going to talk about week 4 a little bit. Just a little check-in. Take this time to think about it for a little bit. How did we like it? Did I do a good job of explaining loving kindness to you? Were you able to practice what that looked like? For me, practicing loving kindness, I decided to journal. And that's something that I try and avoid at all costs because my writing is terrible. My handwriting is absolute garbaggio. And so I try and opt out of any type of handwriting if necessary, but I added journaling to my mindful hour, which I talk about in a previous episode. Just go ahead and look that up if you haven't listened to it yet. But yeah, I incorporated that into my mindful hour in the morning when I wake up. That first hour, nice and strong, starting the day with some like positive vibes, some good energy, some affirmations, meditations, and now journaling. And it's actually been a nice little release that I didn't realize that I needed. Waking up and just free writing, just writing down a couple of things that come to mind. I do have a dream journal on my phone, but it does hit a little different when you write it down. Handwrite it down. So I do a little bit of dream journaling, and then I also just free write with like things on my mind, which obviously is important because if I have something on my mind as soon as I wake up, then that's either something that needs to be tended to, or there's a reason why I'm feeling like this is something that needs to be thought about at this hour. So a lot of different introspective things going on with my journaling. What about y'all? Did y'all journal? Did you meditate a little bit more? What's up? What's to y'all? Let me know. But I really did enjoy that lesson on loving kindness because you hear it when you meditate. If you do different guided meditations like I do, you hear it a lot, but no one really explains what that is. They just say, express loving kindness to, so and so, and it's like, how do I express something that I don't really know what it is? Of course, loving kindness, you can kind of get the idea, but sometimes English is weird, and things that sound like it should be something mean something completely different. So I get it. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed week 4. So now let's talk about week 5. Now this one is kind of more so looking outside of ourselves. And they titled it, It's Not About You. So I guess I'll just say, it's not about you. So we're going to do a little thought experiment. We're going to use our minds a little bit more. Okay. We already opened it up with the meditation. So we're going to go ahead and open it up a little bit more. And now I want you to, if you don't have, maybe you might, let me see. All right. So I want you to grab a piece of paper or whatever is around you and look, I want you to look deeply at it and just start thinking about it. What do you see? This paper that I have right here, it's cardstock, very thick, it's colorful, has writing on it, okay? Can you see its hidden history? Can you see the hidden history of this piece of paper that you have in your hand? Now, what do I mean by the hidden history? Can you see the tree that this piece of paper came from? Because if you didn't know, paper is made from trees. Can you see the tree that this paper came from? Can you see the rain that fell from the sky that let the tree grow? Can you see the clouds in the sky that made the rain? Can you see any of those things? Visualize that right now. You're looking at this piece of paper and you're looking at the hidden history behind it. So I'm thinking of a really oaky tree, very massive. I don't know if paper is made from specific trees, so sorry if they are, but this is my visualization, okay? Anything can happen. A big oaky tree, dark brown. Leaves are a strong, bold green. There are little tiny insects crawling all in, through, and around it. The sky is like a hazy, like, I don't know, like a early morning haze. A little precipitation in the air because it's early morning haze. A little precipitation in the air, so the tree is getting its nutrients, you know. And yeah. So that's that experiment. And so the purpose of that is this idea of interconnectedness. So when you really stop and look at the items and the objects around you, or even the people around you, and you start visualizing and thinking about how every little thing has a hidden history behind it, right? It's that lotion bottle that I have over there. It was made in a factory that had many people inside of it, had many machines that were created by people or by other machines. And, you know, you can just keep going down the list of the hidden histories of how this one thing came to be in my possession. And I think that does a really good job of showing what interconnectedness means and what it does, because it makes you appreciate the interrelatedness of the nature in all things. Like, we're all connected, as I've mentioned in previous episodes countless times. We're all created of these energies, these vibrations where, you know, we are all one, right? So that's just another idea of what interconnectedness is. So how this relates to self-esteem and how we view ourselves and how we view the people around us, it's this idea that the self starts to feel less connected when we don't feel that connection to other people and other things around us. So sometimes if you're feeling like fear or hopelessness, or like you're not worth it, it's always important to remember that these emotions, they're not of you. They are not you. You know, they arise due to circumstances, and these are feelings and emotions that will come and that will go. I experience this all the time. Now, when we're talking and we're thinking about interconnectedness, I think it is also important to note that it is so easy, so easy to take things personally. And I think that when we think about the idea of interconnectedness, a lot of the times it's not personal, it's not about us. I know sometimes people do shitty things sometimes, and we think that it's a reflection of us when really it's not. It has nothing to do with us. That person is going through whatever they're going through, and a lot of times we tend to push ourselves onto other people. There's a word for that, but it's really early in the morning right now, and my brain isn't fully on. But if you get in those moments where you start to feel like, you know, you're not feeling connected or you're not understanding where you fit in the grand scheme of things, just think of that piece of paper. Think of that piece of paper. Think about the ways that it has a hidden history, and how at the end of the day, even though it ended as this piece of paper, this is not where it started. You know what I mean? Like, it has a hidden history, just like how you have a hidden history, just like the person next to you has a hidden history, just like the person who's being mean to you has a hidden history, just like the objects that you use to help you get through your day has a hidden history. And all of these things are connected. We are all connected to each other. I want to say that there's actually a theory on this. I think it's like 6 degrees of separation or something like that, where we can easily connect each other by just with a distance of like 5 to 6 people. I don't know. I think there's a book on that. I'm going to find it, I'm going to read it, and I'm going to talk about it on the pod. So I challenge all of you to try this experiment, not with paper. We did that together. I want you to pick a different object to use and see if you can find the hidden history of said object. And again, this is just a better way to help you find the connections between all things. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and thank you for listening. Oh, and if you haven't already, go ahead and make sure that you subscribe to all of my channels. I know I talk about it in the end, but like for serious, follow me on, or subscribe to me on YouTube. I need the subbies. I need the subbies. So go ahead and do that. I'm just rambling. Thank y'all. Thank you for listening. Please make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and follow all the socials at MamMaJism. That's MamMaJism. If you decide you want to financially support me, on my accounts you'll be able to find out how. Thanks in advance. Until we meet again, please be kind to one another. And from the bottom of my heart, I love you.